Welcome back to another episode of Ask Katie the Drug Lady. So before I start this, I want you to hit that subscribe button so that you get notifications, because I tend to not put out anything and then put out bursts of stuff. So you want to get notified when I go silent for a little while. So I live in the exotic land of Charleston, South Carolina, on a beautiful island. Not really. James Island. And the problem with Charleston and the islands in general are all of the beautiful flora and their pollen. So I get a lot of questions about allergy medications every single day from the people that live here and the people that visit. And we're always going to have visitors because we have freaking Bill Murray. We're amazing. So I'm here to talk to you guys about the different allergy medications and what you need to know about them. So I want to start off with saying there's 3 generations of allergy medicines. That's how important they are. Yeah, 3. First generation antihistamines are your oldies, but goodies. So you've got your Benadryl, your diphenhydramine, you have your doxylamine, which is also known as Unisom, and then you have your chlorpheniramine, which I have no idea what the brand is, because it's that freaking old. So, you've all heard about Benadryl. You can take it during really intense allergy reactions, your anaphylaxis. It does make you drowsy, though, so it's in a lot of sleep aids. So always be worried about hidden diphenhydramine. If you're already taking for allergies, you don't need it for sleep, too. It's probably not going to work because you built up a tolerance. So, the problem with the old generations are they all make you drowsy. Yeah. They also dry you up. So I've mentioned this in other videos. These side effects you can remember with the little acronym. Pee, can't spit, can't see, can't poop. So it dries you up. Dries up your eyes, so they get really itchy. They get really dry and for the old, and especially for the older people. I hate saying it. Sorry. It's really bad because you already don't have a lot of liquids in places. Icky, I know. So, you want to steer clear of these. And doxylamine isn't even used as an antihistamine anymore. It's only really in Unisom, which is for sleep. So, you could take it in a pinch if nobody has anything else. Diphenhydramine is going to be your stronger one for the allergic reactions. Your chlorpheniramine, they actually put it in all sorts of combo products. So, anytime you see one of those, cough and cold and flu, and it's got 50 million things. Chlorpheniramine might be one of those. It's just stuck in there. It's usually to make you drowsy. So when you get something like Alka-Seltzer plus nighttime cold, coffee, sneezy, you're going to see probably antihistamine on the back when you turn the box around. Turn around, please. If you come in and tell me you got Alka-Seltzer plus cough, cold, sleepy time, I don't know what you're talking about. You're going to have to bring me the box because I don't know what's in that. There's so many combo products, but anytime you say nighttime, I can almost guarantee you chlorpheniramine is going to be stuck in there. You can sometimes see diphenhydramine, but I don't really see those in the combos. I just see them as the sleep aids. The cool thing about these is they're not always great for animals. So diphenhydramine is recommended for dogs. When they have an allergic reaction, so if they're pulling out their hair, they're having some sort of eczema, weird breakout, diphenhydramine is really great. My dog had a weird eye thing. It helped. Don't give it to cats. Cats get really hyper and psycho and will bounce off your walls. So don't give it to cats. Chlorpheniramine is approved for cats, but always remember to check with your veterinarian to make sure that you're actually treating what you need to treat. You don't want to be drugging up your cat if you don't. That's not going to help. It was really fun watching my fat cat just sit by the bowl and be like, whoa. But, still not a good idea to drug up your cat. In the same vein, some people will, give their small children Benadryl for going on long trips. And I understand that. I'm a mom, and long trips are really hard with little kids. The problem is, these drugs cross the blood-brain barriers, and kids, small children, are very different in so many ways. So, some children, if you try to do this, they'll actually get hyper, and they'll start bouncing off the walls. They're like cats. And some people just, in general, it doesn't make them tired. They're cats. I don't know what to say. My husband's like that. So those are my things. If you're going to try that little trick as a parent, I don't suggest it. Again, they cross the blood-brain barrier, just, you're dousing your kids' brains with stuff when they don't need it. but also test it out before you just go take them on a plane, because you might make it worse. You might make it much worse. The second generations, they tried to fix these problems. They tried really hard to make these drugs non-drowsy, and I'm sure you've all seen them. People usually pick them because of the color of the box or how cool that the advertisement was. Maybe they talked some smack about the other company, but in general, one's not really better than the other. They're all, I'm going to say, somewhat non-drowsy. We'll get into that in a minute. They're all cousins. So they're on the same class of medications, but they're not exactly the same. So you first have the Claritin or loratadine. So Claritin is the oldie but the goodie as well. I do fine with it. The thing is, we don't really know which one you're going to do well with until you try it. But if you haven't tried anything, it's good to start with the cheapest thing, like Claritin, and then go on up if you need to. There's no sense in spending a bunch of money when the oldie will probably work just as well. They also dry you up, not nearly as bad as the older ones, but they are supposed to be non-drowsy. Now, loratadine and cetirizine, which is Zyrtec, so Claritin and Zyrtec, also have like a 10% chance of making you drowsy, especially with children. Children's blood-brain barriers are very porous-y. They're like Swiss cheese. Stuff will get in there easier than for us adults. And then some older adults, or just in general, some people get tired. We don't know why. So that's when we'll get into the third generations, because they tried to fix that, and they did a good job. Then you have Allegra. Allegra's in the beautiful purple box, and it's the newest. It was actually prescription only when I started in pharmacy, and I watched it go generic and then go over the counter. It did it really quick. It was amazing. I used to see these Zyrtec commercials, and Zyrtec would talk some smack about Allegra, and I was like, dang, boy. And they would just be like, you don't want to take Allegra because you can't take fruit juice with it, but you can drink fruit juice with Zyrtec, so you need to get Zyrtec. And it was, yeah, kinda. So, Allegra has the problem, like a lot of medications do, that if you drink certain fruit juices, grapefruit juice is the worst. Grapefruit juice has the longest half-life. It is going to just like sit in there forever. Grapefruit juice, orange juice, apple juice, if you drink it within like an hour to 2 hours of taking your Allegra, what it's going to do is cut off it's going to block the pores in your intestines that are going to absorb the Allegra. So it's not that the Allegra's not going to absorb as well. So just within, God, is it really that big of a deal? Like, take your Allegra and 2 hours later have some freaking grapefruit juice. But the grapefruit juice, if you have it, here's the problem with the grapefruit juice. The other one's not so big of a deal. Grapefruit juice hangs around a long time. Yeah. Do people still drink grapefruit juice, for Christ's sakes? I don't know. But if you really gotta have it, that grapefruit juice, have the Claritin or the Zyrtec. The third generation. So then they came out with the third generation. Okay. Desloratadine. It's Claritin with Des in front of it. They just changed the shape a little bit so it's less likely to go across the blood-brain barrier. That's it. Okay? So Claritin doesn't work for you. Desloratadine, I don't even remember what the brand name of that is. It's not going to work for you. I don't even see it. It's, still prescribed. It hasn't gone over the counter like Zizol. Zizol is levocetirizine. So it's like the left hand of cetirizine. For anybody who took organic chemistry, chirality! Woo! But it's literally, this is Zizol, this is cetirizine. They changed the shape a little bit so it wouldn't go across the blood-brain barrier and possibly make you tired. That's it. They released Zizol as if it was like the cure for cancer, and it's not. It's not any different. If Zyrtec doesn't work for you, Zizol. And I have people come in, they're like, oh yeah, Zizol works for me, and Zyrtec doesn't. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm going to call BS on that because it's like the same thing. But, you do you. Placebo up. Woo! Another thing that you're going to see is the nasal sprays. The nasal sprays are advertised all the time. My favorite is the prescription Nasonex. Oh my god. Oh, the little bee speaks like Antonio Banderas. If you haven't seen that, you gotta Google that. It's hilarious. So you're going to see like Flonase and Nasacort and things like that. Those are all just steroids. That's all they are. They're steroids that you spray up there, and actually, the best way to spray it, and nobody taught me this until I went to pharmacy school, and it really does work a lot better when you do it, is you shoot it at your opposite eye. So if you're in your right nostril, you shoot it at your left eye, and it coats that membrane that's right in here, and it really does work a lot better. And all it does is just shrink everything. It's a steroid. It just shrinks it all up, and then you don't feel as congested, which is amazing. The other one is Nasacort. It does the same thing, same stuff. I will say the Nasacort, they advertise because they don't have a smell. That's kind of important. The Flonase kind of smells like you're shoving a bottle of potpourri up your nose. And then again, some people say Flonase doesn't work, but the Nasacort does. And the Nasonex is still prescription. I don't know why. I guess their patent hasn't run out yet. But that's going to be amazing when that goes over. People are going to go crazy. But yeah, they're not actually like allergy. They're marketed for allergies, and they can be used. They can take up to a week to fully work, and you gotta use it like every freaking day. And if you use it too much, like say you're sick and you have a cold, oh yeah, you can use all of these in a cold, BT dubs. Because when you have a cold, so an allergic reaction is your body thinking that this pollen is a bacteria or cold, and it's attacking it. So that's it. When you have a cold, you're still releasing histamine to help with your immune system. So if you're blocking the histamine, you're going to help with cold. If you have a runny nose and the nasty drip and all that, get this stuff. It's kind of important. But none of them are straight allergy nasal sprays. The only straight allergy nasal spray is still prescription, and it's Isolastine or Astelin. And that actually is an antihistamine that goes in your nose. So that's the only one. Some people love to use Afrin when they're congested. My problem with that with allergies is allergies are not like a short day course like a cold. You're most likely going to have allergies for a while. So using that for congestion is not good. It works on the receptors in your nose to shrink the blood vessels and things like that. They open up the airways and they block, because they're shrinking all the capillaries, the mucus can't get in there. So it does work. It works really, really well. It works for a long time. However, you can't use it more than like three days. I usually say 3 just to be safe. Some people can go to 4 or 5 at the most, but I would still be kind of terrified to do that because you can get into kind of like a cyclical congestion. So you're drying it up, and then your alpha receptors figure out what's going on, and they produce more. And so if you stop, you get crazy rebound congestion. It's terrible. I don't suggest that for a long-term thing like allergies, because, like I said, it's going to be a while. I guess if you were waiting for the Flonase to start working, you could do it between. You could do the Flonase, and then you do Afrin, but still, I would kind of stay away from that. So I hope this helped everybody to kind of understand what's going on with allergy products. You can also kind of trick your body. So if you've been on one of these for a long time, and you've gotten used to it, and you're still getting allergies because you've been on this forever, I would just suggest switching to a different one, because sometimes your body can be like, ooh, what is this thing? This is completely different. And even though it's a cousin to it or something like that, switching from Zyrtec to Allegra or to Claritin can sometimes, trick your body into fighting those allergies a little better. So, yeah, I hope this helped everybody. If it didn't, I'm sorry. Like this if you like these types of treating yourself and these common questions for self-care. And let me know. You can always email me at AskKatieTheDrugLady, because, again, your questions can lead to really interesting videos. So, have a good night.